Hey Carnivore family, day 116. I'm down 23 pounds and I got a fun story to tell you that happened to me the other day. First of all, loving carnivore. I'm calling it a lifestyle now. I don't see myself changing. The positives from the carnivore lifestyle are phenomenal. I feel like $1,000,000 all the time. I don't know if I look like $1,000,000 or not. Well, maybe compare my pictures to my old ones. Maybe I'll show you a few before and afters at the very, very end of this. Although, check out my other videos. That's what I have that for. But listen, let's talk. You guys know I am 51, almost 52 years old. Be 52 this summer. And I teach 6th grade. What that means is I see a lot of families and I know them, not good friends, but we live in a town where I see a lot of these people. We just had an event on Friday night where all the families come together after school. They enjoy like art and music and this kind of stuff. Some of these families I hadn't seen in probably 3 months or so. And I had two different times. Sorry, I'm still fighting a little bit of a cough. I blame that on when I cheated with white rice, by the way. 2 different times where people came up to me and complimented me on losing some weight. And I'll tell you what, it felt amazing. I didn't think I would really care. I mean, I'm old enough to not really care about stuff like that, But let me tell you about the first one. One of my friends I used to surf with all the time, so we know each other pretty well, but I hadn't seen him in like 3 months. And the kids are performing, and I'm looking at the stage, and my wife is next to me, and this friend of mine is behind me. I didn't realize it. And he later came up to me and says, "Hey, just to let you know, I was standing behind you while the kids were singing, and I saw your wife, and I recognized her. And I was like, geez, who's this guy that she's standing next to?" And later on, he was like, I did not recognize you at all from behind. And again, it's been 22 pounds, so it's been a respectable amount. Not tremendous, not like 100 pounds. Anyway, I was kind of surprised at that. And he was like, anyway, looking good, keep it up type of thing. And I thought that was a great compliment. And then the second one was, similar kind of story, but a mom and her 7th grader walked by. 7th grader was in my class last year. I said hi to him. Mom kind of turned and said hi. And I know her like at, layer 3 of friends or whatever. And then 20 minutes later, we just kind of happened to be walking by each other again. And she stopped me and said, "Hey, whatever you're doing, sure looks great. You've lost some weight. You look fantastic." And again, normally I would think that those compliments would come and go for me and I wouldn't, that's not what I'm doing this for. But it felt really good. There's some of those things that I think we lose when we start gaining pounds like little by little by little. And when we lose our health too, by eating the crappy foods that we almost don't realize, all the corns and the starches and the breads and the sugars and the whatevers, that we slowly but surely are gaining this weight and losing that spark and losing that confidence and losing that sort of thriving, if you will. And so with the carnivore, some of that I got back very quickly. But over these last 3 months plus, 116 days actually, 116 days today, I feel like some of it is also slow things. That is just kind of like, I feel back to being very confident. And my clothes, I always wear a double XL. And I have a couple of extra large clothes, extra large shirts. And I've been wearing those. I'm actually wearing one right now. I don't know if I'll just show you guys or not. But I'm back to wearing extra large, at least on some of them. And it's just a great feeling. You just feel good. And I feel like what it helps with is at this event I was telling you about, and in my household, there are temptations everywhere, right? At this event, we're selling pizza, there's treats, there's junk, there's nonsense, and even I'm helping to sell it. Ridiculous. In my own family's pantry, right? I have 3 kids, all under age 15. I know I'm an old dad, thank you. We have all kinds of treats for them, or at least snacks, granola bars and stuff like that I have to say no to, obviously. But when you get those compliments and when you feel this good and your clothes are fitting better and even moving down a clothes size, or at least kind of, I wouldn't say it fully moved down, but sort of kind of, it just feels like $1,000,000. There's another guy, Homestead, who made a comment like, you couldn't pay me $1 million to go back to my old ways. When I first heard that, I was like, I don't know about that bad. $1 million bucks. I hear what he's saying. I don't know if I'm quite at $1 million yet, but I understand what he's saying. This feels like an amazing drug almost. Like a way you want to feel forever. And the more of this feeling I get, the less I feel like I'm willing to compromise. You know, a couple pieces of candy to lose this feeling, that's not worth it. A submarine sandwich or 3 slices of pizza to lose this feeling, it's just not worth it. All right, friends, just thought I'd make a quick video. I'm sitting out here in my backyard area. I'll show you. Getting some sun, relaxing, and I just feel at peace. No anxiety, no nervousness, no, just even negative thoughts seem to come and go, and they don't stick, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'll take some comments here. I'm holding my camera while I'm squinting. It's probably shaky. Put a comment down below. Do you like this kind of a take? Do I need a tripod if I'm gonna do this? Is this fun, or is this like, nah, you're not hitting it? I noticed the times that I cook the food seems to get the most views. Maybe I should stick to those more. But I'll tell you what, this is a lot more fun. Sitting out here in the sun, making a video is a lot more fun than cooking something, at least for me right now. Hey guys, if you appreciate these kind of videos, if you're along with me on the journey, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check out some of my other videos, see the befores. You know what? I'm not gonna put pictures on this one. Sorry. Look at my last video. I put them on my 90 day. I put them on my 30 day. The 30 day one is pretty good before and after pictures. And again, I have fluctuated my weight a little bit, but boy, when I'm strict on carnivore and I just eat ribeyes, especially the grass-fed, it just falls off. It's like a half a pound a day. Anytime I do that, it's a half a pound a day off. 22 pounds, maybe more like 23 pounds, 116 days. I can't wait for another 2 months. Shed another 8 pounds or so, 9 pounds, hopefully. And I just feel like the next stage is even gonna be more awesome, and this stage feels pretty good. See you next time.